So children, you see that the East India Company was transformed from a trading company to a territorial colonial power, and almost the whole of India was under its control. And that is why this is the name of the chapter given as From Trade to Territory. So with this we conclude the chapter. Let's quickly recap our first slide where I gave you all the points on about this chapter, and let's see whether we have covered them. So you see, how did the British come to India? They came through the sea route. They acquired a charter from Queen Elizabeth in 1600 and set up their first trading post in Surat. And then they thought that they were the only ones who were trading with India, but there were many other European trading companies like the Dutch, the Danish, the French, and the Portuguese were the first ones to find the route to India in 1498 when Vasco da Gama came to India and settled in Calicut. Now, all these European companies were buying the same products. As I told you, they were buying cotton, silk, and spices. Now, this led to trade wars, and so much so that they started sinking each other's ships. They carried arms, they prevented ships from moving in the sea, and slowly they started fortifying their trading post in order to eliminate each other. The Britishers were smart enough, and now they set up their factory in Bengal and started trading from there. And slowly they bribed the Mughal officials to grant them concessions and privilege. Even they got a farman from Aurangzeb to trade duty free. And after the Aurangzeb's death, as I told you, the Mughal Empire declined, and the successors after Aurangzeb were very weak. They could not control the empire and started to disintegrate. So many regional kingdoms declared themselves independent and started their own rule. One of them was Bengal. Murshid Quli Khan, he was the first Nawab of Bengal. He didn't like the idea of Britishers trading duty free because it was draining the revenue of Bengal. So he objected, but he could not do much. The next Nawab was Alivardi Khan, who was more involved in wars with the Marathas. And finally, it was Sirajuddaula, the third Nawab, who took the British and fought the Battle of Plassey. But the Britishers were smart enough. They conspired with his commander-in-chief and got him defeated, and placed Mir Jafar, who was the commander-in-chief of Sirajuddaulla's army, as the next Nawab. He was basically a puppet Nawab, but he too soon realized the corrupt practices of the British. So he was replaced by Mir Qasim. Mir Qasim also realized the corrupt practices, and he objected to it, and he confronted the British with the help of Shah Alam the second, the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam the second, and Nawab of Awadh, Sujauddaulah. Now, with the combined army also, they were unable to defeat the British. So, with the Battle of Buxar, now the Britishers got the Diwani rights of Bengal, and they became the masters of Bengal. And slowly, once they became the masters of Bengal, now they wanted to expand their rule. Now they believed more in acquiring territories, which led to two more wars. You can see we have learned Mysore wars. Yes, who were the rulers in Mysore? They were Hyder Ali and Tipu Sultan, and Mysore was a very profitable coast because it was dealing with spices, which the company used to purchase from there. Even the Marathas had a lot of territories and they were becoming powerful, so the company wanted to suppress them. In this way, they won all these territories, and after they won their territories, they introduced more new policies. They did not believe that only through military invasions they could conquer. They introduced such policies, like I told you about the subsidiary alliance, doctrine of lapse, policy of paramountcy. In this way, they went on to annex many Indian states, and almost the entire India was in their control. They also changed and brought in new style of administration. As I told you, the new administration was brought up in the administration, dividing the whole country into 3 presidencies, and they were further divided into districts which were looked after by the governor. the districts are further divided and looked after by the collector. They also brought in kind of changes in the army, as I've already mentioned to you, mostly on the lines of the Mughal style. So this finally, now the Britishers are the masters of our country, and that is why you see they came as traders and now they have conquered our country.